Hello guys, time has come to start cleaning up the lathe. I'm going to go about this using probably lacquer thinner and some of this, which is 1200 grit emery cloth. This stuff is the finest stuff I can get hold of, well at the moment anyway. It's 1200 grit, very fine. I'm not too worried about using this on the ways or anything, just because I'd probably have to be using this on there for about 6 hours before I cause any amount of damage, because this stuff takes a stupid amount of time to even get through a body filler on a car. Trust me, I've tried that. It takes a long while, but it does give a lovely finish on filler, to be honest. But hopefully it'll do the same job on this. I'm going to use some, I would use like an oil or something, but it's so cold out here that trying to get well, that oil would basically just fill in the gaps on this, and all the rust would stick to it, and this would be dead before I even do like an inch of it. So yeah, basically. But first, before I do any sanding or anything, I'm going to clean all the muck off of it, because as you can see, the last thing I was machining on this was some PVC pipe actually. Doing stuff from my partner's fish tank, so I've already got the motor off, so we'll blast all this off with some compressed air. Safety first, people, and you're not meant to really use compressed air even with goggles, but mainly because it blasts it all into all the little crevices and things. But this was recently completely taken apart when I moved it, and it's all been cleaned out, so I'm not too fussed about doing it at the moment. So we'll get it all cleaned off. Alright, I'm not going to move this at all until even I've completely sanded all this back and got all the rust off. In all fairness, I could probably wipe it with these rags. It already helps, or makes it better anyway. You can see the rust coming off. But yeah, I just don't want to get any of that underneath it like a lapping compound, and when I'm using it in the future, just wear it away. Like a bloody lapping compound. So, just grab this and some thinners. Right, got myself some thinners there. Got my little piece of tissue paper, a little bit of emery cloth, which I've now put somewhere I'll never find. There we go. Get these off because they're annoying. And let's get sanding. Right guys, I stopped the video and did a little bit more, trying to show you where I'm getting at now. Also taking a little bit of a different approach to it as well. So I'm starting to get a good shine on it, and there's still a couple of rust stains on there, but let's be honest, the camera's actually making them look a lot worse than what they are. They actually look fine. Can't feel them really. It's just a bit of staining there, you can see like that one there. But it'll all come off in good time. I've taken to using this. Ooh, this is actually for body filling cars. As you see, it still doesn't fill on it. But running this over the surfaces to scrape the rust off first before going over the emery cloth much speeds things up. Like I said, I still haven't moved this. I don't want to get rust underneath it. So next, I think it still is undone. Ooh, it's gonna be hard to get behind that, but hopefully I can. There shouldn't be any rust under it, so once I've gone up to the edges, then I'll be able to move it backwards and forwards fine. I'm still half tempted actually to take this off, but it's a pain in the arse. I have to undo some clamps on the back and move this end bearing and then wind it off that way. I can clean underneath it, which might be a better idea, but hey, we'll see. Let's carry on going with this. think that's about as important as well. That's all the majorly important bits done. Everything else is it's rusty but still functioning. Like this, like the cross slide here, that's still covered in oil, and because of the position it was in, it was all covered up. So it hasn't rusted. That's fine. If I remember rightly, this was stiff before. Yeah, it's not rusty underneath. It's just stiff. This end bearing here, it's not right. You can see it's moving. It's not supposed to do that. Something's wrong in that. I've got to take it apart and figure out what. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, all the important bits are done. The bits that I really wanted to get done have been done. The main bit, of course, being the slide itself. This was never in great condition when I got it. It's got little nicks and stuff out of it where things haven't been mounted properly in the truck, and they've either come flying out, and there's all these little dings and dents on it. You can see, I don't understand how that could have been. I know I've seen before where these actually have like a flat like run on it, and they've been used as anvils basically, and they've got hammer blows in them. These don't look like hammer blows. I'm actually tempted to get a flatting stone or something like that, just a grinding stone, which I know is perfectly flat, and run it along here and just take off any of the high points. Although on this piece here it doesn't matter at all, because that is for the centre drill bit, which needs centering. I have to sort that out soon as well. That came off of a different lathe, so once it went on here it was completely out of centre. Yeah, that one. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, that basically runs on this flat here and on this, and it only ever comes to about there anyway. So yeah, the two outers here, what this runs on. I'm gonna go and get some oil in a minute. I've done the actual chuck, or at least the outer pieces. The inner I haven't worried about because that bit there's not too vitally important. I just don't want rust building up on this. One, because it looks nice when it's nice and clean and shiny. Oh, I love this. It's like touching it. It's so clean. I know that makes me sound dirty, but it is lovely at the moment. So yeah, that's done. This panel up here is rusting at an alarming rate, so that's got to be sanded down. I've got to sand all the filler down because I had all this end piece here off. I was trying to completely sand it back to bare metal so I could paint it, but then I made a discovery about what Boxford did back in the day when they made this. They decided that oversizing the casting and then machining it down was too much hassle. At least most of it. This bit here was machined, the top surface, but when they put all the end housing like this on, it's all just a really rough casting, so they cover it in car body filler, they sanded it down, sorry, and then they painted it. So yeah, I went back over the bits that I took off, and I went back over this seam here because originally that was all filled. I've got to sand it back again, and I got to paint it, so that'll be fun, nice and easy. I think I can't remember if I put grease in these or oil. Yeah, I put oil in them. They're oil cups. I was tempted to put grease fittings on here, but I don't think the bearings would appreciate that. They're not designed for grease. Yeah, I had to clean them all up because somebody had tried to put grease in them once upon a time, and they were all gunked up and all nasty and sticky. I have had this end plate off and looked at the bearing. The inner bearing is actually very much like a car wheel bearing, so yeah, it looks all very good in there. That was a long time ago I had that off. So anyway, yeah, it's all looking good now.